Would you like to make a 1,083% return on your money with Facebook ads as a real estate agent? Well, guess what? In this video, I'm going to show you the exact formula I've been using for years to ultimately do this on autopilot. Once you have these ads set up, they run in the background and leads come towards you. But here is the one caveat. There's one big mistake that most real estate agents make when they're running Facebook ads, and this is why they don't actually produce a result. And very shortly, I'm going to be revealing that hack. And when you implement this hack, trust me, it changes everything for your Facebook ads. So let's dive into the details right now. I'm going to be breaking down the exact funnel that I'm using, the lead magnet that I'm using, and also the numbers, so you can see exactly how you can get 1,083% ROI on your Facebook ads as a real estate agent. So let's dive into that. What is the one thing that stops most real estate agents from getting a result with Facebook ads? Well, I've distilled it down to one thing, and I call it the one hack that'll change everything for your Facebook ads. And I'm going to be covering that right here. And it's the one thing is value. Guess what? You don't lead with value. Most advertisements that you see out there for real estate, they're advertising somebody's house, they're advertising to buyers, okay, to get a buyer's guide, or they're advertising to sellers to get a evaluation on their house. Guess what? That goes on deaf ears because everybody is doing that. If everybody is doing that, it's gonna go on deaf ears to the consumer. So you have to think of a way to provide value to your potential sellers, something they actually want and need and they're looking for, whether they're selling or not. It starts with value. You have to have a mindset of being value driven, okay? So what are the type of things that you can do to provide value to potential sellers to get more listings or to get more leads into your business? Well, there's a couple of things. I will share exactly what has worked for me for many years on end. I do the same thing. The number one thing that I use that most homeowners want, they would like to know what houses are selling for, because then it gives them a gauge of what their house is worth. And if you own a house, you like to know if the value of your house has gone up or the value of your house has gone down, or what is my value of my house right now in the current market condition. So what I give away is a home sold report, and it's a report which I like to call a lead magnet. Okay, something of value to a potential home seller that they want, that they'll easily put their information in for. And you'd be surprised how much information home sellers are willing to give you when you give away this home sold report. And basically, it's a quarterly report I run from, say, depends on the time of the year, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. I change up the ad every quarter so it doesn't, get complacent or people don't continue to see the same ad. I change it up slightly, and I give away a home sold report. And what that does is it attracts a lot of sellers or people that are thinking about refinancing down the road, but it allows you to start to build a relationship with them. And I'll get to that in a little bit of how you can continue to build a relationship even if they're not ready to sell right away. So we're gonna lead with value with a home sold report. And in this home sold report, I basically am giving away all the information I have access to as a real estate agent, and I'm giving it away for free. Why? Because it is all the information a home seller would need to make an educated decision. I'm giving away beds, baths, square footage, days on market, the addresses. I'm giving away the prices that they were listed for, the prices that they had sold for, all in one report of our local city. So they can see everybody's houses, everything is transparent, nothing is hidden. This is really valuable information to a home seller, and this is why they'll put in their information. There's a couple other things that you could do to lead with value. You can lead with a training or some type of webinar or web class that you've recorded, and it allows sellers to get their house ready for sale and to sell their house for top dollar. Okay, that's another way that they'll give you their information, okay? And you can also do sometimes a seller's guide, but I find that a training or this home sold report is the best two things that you can give away, or at least what I found in my experience, that I've been doing it for years. Like, I've been running Facebook ads since 2017, and I'm still doing home sold reports. Why? Because they work and they attract people and I get leads coming in. And I'm gonna break down the numbers shortly as well, what the numbers actually look like. You can see how it turns into a very high ROI when you're investing your money. And this is a very good return on your investment. If you're in business, this is phenomenal. Okay, where else are you gonna get a return on your money like this? Okay, it's like putting $1 in to an ATM machine and it gives you $10. It's freaking amazing. Okay, this is why I'm sharing it with you, okay? And if you stick with me, I'm gonna break down the numbers here. So right now, the number one thing, hack, value. Get that in your brain, okay? If you're a real estate agent, you have to lead with value, okay? Don't be like everybody else. Everybody else is trying to get something from somebody, okay? Lead with value and the rest will take care of itself. When you have a value mindset, what is valuable to my potential clients, to people in the marketplace, whether they work with me or not, I'm gonna give it to them for free. Trust me, the universe will reward you. The universe will provide you with everything that you need. So lead with value. First thing, think about that. It's not what I can get, it's what I can give that's valuable to people. That's a big hack there. Boom, mind shift, yeah, for sure. Okay, lead with value. If you tailor your business around value-driven content, you will win in this business, hands down, over and above anybody else, and with a foundation of integrity. Show up for the things you say you're gonna show up. Do what you say you're gonna do. Be good to your spoken word to people. You will thrive in this business, okay? It sets you apart. I can be honest with you, most agents don't follow through. Most business owners don't follow through with their word and show up. So I'm gonna break down the funnel here right now so you can actually see what it looks like when you're running it on Facebook. So you have a lead magnet right here. Boom, we have a lead magnet. That's what we have. We've created some value to give away in the marketplace. Then we create a ad, Facebook ad. I typically will do video ad, sharing something around the lead magnet. Okay, get this, 20-page report with all the homes sold in your area from January 1st to, March 31st, Q1, and see exactly what houses are selling for, beds, baths, square footage, Create a video ad. If you're not comfortable on video, that's okay too. You can take a picture of the lead magnet. You can be holding it up. You can just have a picture of the lead magnet. I find video works best because again, people see you, they see your mannerisms, they hear your voice, and they get used to you. It helps you as well better in the long run when people get to know you, like you, and trust you when you're on video just like this. So you create a video ad, and then the campaign that you're choosing to do is called a lead ad or a lead form. And you don't even have to create a landing page off of Facebook. If they click on your ad, it auto-populates their information, their name, their phone number, their email, all auto-populates when they click on that. It makes it nice and simple to get their information. They don't have to go over to another page and the page doesn't have to load and then people drop off. Facebook makes it really simple this way. Within that lead form, this is another secret, a hack. Within that lead form, you can ask somebody questions too. You can be like, hey, are you thinking about selling? Yes, no, they have to answer that. Hey, what is your address? And they have a few sellers, and it's not mandatory that they answer it, but people will typically answer some questions you can do within this lead form, and you'd be surprised. 80 to 90% of people will put in their exact address. So you know exactly where they live, you have all their contact information, and guess what? If you know where they live, you can start sending them postcards, letters, you can door knock, you can hit them in many different ways. And because they put in their information, guess what? Guess where that information goes? And we do it through what's called Zapier. It's another app, but a lot of CRMs integrate into Facebook too. That information gets zapped into your CRM. So as soon as they put their information in the lead form, their name, email, phone number goes into your CRM, directly to your CRM, where they can get and download the report. And you can actually send them the report directly. So as soon as they click, put in their information, they click, it takes them over to the report. You just upload the report directly to Facebook. So you don't have to do anything else in this. Thank you, here's your report. But guess what? All that information, boom, goes over to your CRM, which is super powerful because guess what? Now you have their contact information in your CRM, and now it's your opportunity to nurture the lead. This is phenomenal. You have their contact information, you have their address, you have literally everything. They've told you if they're thinking about selling, yes or no, and typically, honestly, they are thinking about selling, and that way you know if you can nurture that lead a little heavier than somebody that's not. And guess what? You can set up an automation here, an automation of workflows. You can put a workflow together right here that basically you get notified a text message and says, hey, a lead just downloaded your report, speed to lead. You can call them right away because now you have your phone number. And guess what? You can set up an automated text that goes out to them after 2 minutes after they put in their information. Hey, it's such and such here with such and such realty. Just curious, what sparked the interest to download the report? Guess what? You can send an email out though, because now you have an email automated. It says, hey, this is Nick Doherty from such and such realty. Just curious, what sparked the interest to download the report? Do you have any questions? Boom. And guess what? This workflow doesn't stop. So if you call them and they don't pick up, you can leave a voice message. And then the next day you go into your CRM, you can send out another automated text message, email. These are just working in the background, text and email, text and email, text and email. I typically will always attempt to call the person 4 times within the first 7 days. However, I have texts and emails going out too. So they get about 16 touch points from me within the first 10 days. So you can see that you want to be able to contact these people, or you would like to see where they're at. So if they pick up the phone and you talk to them and they say, hey, I'm not interested now, hey, that's okay. Is it okay if I follow up with you in 6 months? Most people say, yeah, no, or I'm just not interested. If you take me off your list, that would be great. Boom, you can take them off the list, but at least you're not wasting your time now, okay? So you want to get an answer from them so you can shift them one way or the other. And if they are thinking about selling their house, you know you can offer them a custom home evaluation, okay? You don't even have to go over to their house. You can do it on Loom and send them a video if they'd like to. And then from here, this is where you have the opportunity to nurture them continuously. And this is where the real power is. This is where all the gold is. This is where most agents drop the ball, is the CRM. Some agents do not have a CRM. I don't get it. You have to have a CRM to nurture the relationship. And these leads come into your CRM. You can see it's a couple simple steps with a piece of value, a lead magnet, a value that they want, and then it just opens the door to you to have a conversation. It's not like cold calling where it's like you're pushing. You've just attracted potential clients towards you, which is extremely powerful. And there's other ways you can spin this too. You can have them go watch other videos from you, all sorts of stuff, okay? You can ask them to book a call with you in your calendar if they're interested. You can take them from this form to a page, or say another video, just welcoming them, telling them a little bit about the lead magnet, offer them another training after they download the lead magnet. There's multiple ways to do this, but this is the simplest form to get their contact information, to get them into the CRM. And like I say, you continue to follow up with these people. It's extremely powerful, extremely powerful. This is why it turns into a 10 times your money back. When you're putting $1 in, you're getting 10 back over time because of this method here, and because you've set up an automated workflow and you've made the calls, okay? Because typically you will get a response, because what you're doing with this call, text, and email, depending on how they get back to you, if they do pick up their phone, if they do text you, or they do email, that's their form of communication. You want to stick with that form of communication. That's the way they communicate. That's why you do all 3 in the beginning, because typically they'll respond to one of them. And if they don't respond, guess what? After the first 4 calls I do in the first 6 days, I just let the texts and emails continue to go for a couple of months, 6 to 8 months. They just continue to be sent out, not like so frequently, but say like 1 every 2 weeks, an email, a text, alternating between them, but they're still getting nurtured on the backside. Again, which makes it extremely powerful, because there's a nurturing system happening when you're not even doing anything and they're in your database. So that is the funnel itself. It's a very simple funnel and extremely powerful. But the key to it is to lead with value. Most agents do not lead with value. That's the problem. You don't lead with value. Put yourself in the consumer's shoe and think, what would my ideal client really value? What would they really want? Okay, start to create things around that, and you'll attract people to you instead of pushing your way or chasing any lead that comes in. They come to you, and you have a reason to call them. It's not like cold calling. You have a reason because they downloaded the report. A lot of times when I'm calling, I'm saying, hey, do you have any questions about the report? Do you have any other questions about the real estate market right now? No? Or yeah, I didn't see this, or I'm checking out this. Oh yeah, I'd be happy to answer that for you. Boom. You started a conversation. Why? Because they downloaded your report. There's a reason to call them. Not like cold calling. There's no reason to call them. That's why people are so annoyed. So this is a totally different 360 shift in thinking when you start to embrace this. So I'm going to quickly go over the numbers and share them with you so you can actually see. I'll share what's in our local market, the numbers that I work with, and show you how you can get a 10 times ROI on your investment when you start implementing this. If you would like support implementing something like this in your business, there's a link below. My team can help you implement this into your business, okay? If you'd like support with that. So there's a link below. Okay, let's go over the numbers here. So I'm gonna break this down. What we're looking at here, and this will vary depending on your market, of course. 1 lead, $15 a lead, okay? And you only have to spend like $5 a day. It doesn't have to be much. You can spend $15 a day. It depends on your budget. But typically I'm even spending $5 a day. So maybe a lead's coming in every 3 days. It depends on how quickly you would like the leads to come in as well, okay? 1 lead, $15. Depending on the market, maybe it could be $10, maybe it could be cheaper, maybe it'll be $20, okay? So it does vary depending slightly. When you have this dialed in, you should be at least getting them for $15 a lead. 100 leads coming in, $1,500 for 100 leads. Boom, that's not bad. Okay, you got 100 new people in your database. What I have seen, you either get a 1 to 2% conversion rate. I went on the low side here just so we could keep the numbers low. You can see what it would look like worst case scenario. Okay, this can be better, but the worst case scenario, I went with 1%. 1 out of these 100 will convert into a new client for you, and you'll get a return on that. This can go upwards to 3%. I've even heard people getting 5% on this, but I'm saying worst case scenario, 1%. Okay, so you've spent 1,500, 1% conversion rate. That means one person converted out of those 100 people, and guess what? Like your local market here, our average house sells for $650,000 at a 2.5%. Everybody's numbers will be different, so calculate your local area, what your numbers are. But on average, the average house commission that I'm getting personally is $16,250. Okay, at 650,000 times 2.5%. That's what I'm getting. If I invested $1,500 for 100 leads, one converts, I just made $16,250. So if you take 16,250 divided by 1,500, that gives you a 1,083% ROI on your money. And like I've mentioned, I've been running Facebook ads since 2017 and it works. You want to keep it simple, you want to provide value, and another key is nurturing the clients. Typically, depending on the area, but typically 3% of people that are coming into the funnel are looking to sell right now. In any type of market, it's typically 3% of people are ready to buy or sell or whatever it is. So there's 97% of people that you're gonna have to nurture, but the ones that come in, usually 3% of them are ready to take action right now. You wanna sell their house right now. This is why you can capture at least 1% of those because they're ready to take action. So just keep in mind, this can take a little while to start to get the flow, okay? To start to get people in, to start to see a result like anything. Once you have stuff up and running and the leads coming in and you nurture them for a while, you can see how this can start to snowball effect where your business really starts to grow from having something like this working for you in the background, okay? When you set up an ad and just kind of let it run, you have some piece of value and it just works for you. Again, if you'd like support with this, click the link below. Our team is happy to help you implement this exact funnel into your business. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, make a comment below, let me know. I love hearing from you and it inspires me to continue to make videos just like this, sharing you everything that I've learned in real estate that's helped me grow my business. And if you'd like to learn more about Facebook ads and YouTube ads, how these avenues can help you grow your business, watch this video here. This will help you to understand a little bit more of the online world and how you can work it in the background of your business to have a consistent lead gen source that produces 10 times ROI. I'm Nick Doherty, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.